Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Hi, Jacqueline. It's good to see you. Tanya's doing a little thing over there. She'll be back in a second. Well, these are the pens we're using to make our little pens out of today. You don't have to use these. They're just, 12 for $1. So it's a cheap way to do this project. Um,
Well, and they're tiny.
and they're tiny. Yeah. And they're so cute.
Yeah, and they're so cute. Hi, Jacqueline. I also had a package of these from back when I did uh, the same thing with a bigger pen, and
Oh, uh-huh.
I thought I would show how to get these apart today too. And I'm pretty sure I got this package of 10 at the Dollar Tree for $1.
Probably so. I see
Um,
those there all the time.
yeah, and these are Bics, so they're. Hi, Mindy.
And
Hi, Mona. Hi, Jacqueline. So
hi,
now these
ladies.
come
Glad you're
apart
here.
easier because they and I'm going to need a baggie to put this mess in because they
Yeah, and we're
unscrew.
gonna save these, right?
Yep,
The
we're going to save this
outsides
mess.
for another project.
That's right. I'm just going to put the pieces back together because that way they're, not.
Yeah. I'm gonna just put them back in here as I take them apart, and I'll write on here that these are
Okay,
shells, I
yeah, that.
guess.
Oh yeah, that will work. That'll go back in there. I hadn't thought about that. That's a really good idea. So smart. She's just so smart. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Patricia. Did I say hi to Mindy and Mona and Jacqueline? I think so. Um, it's
Hi, Patricia. Hi,
I'm
Melissa.
a I'm a little sleep deprived, so if I start talking funny, that's what's wrong. I do not like shows that start at midnight.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I was up
Hi, Nan.
until 2. I went to bed. Hi, Nancy. Went to bed. Got back up at a few minutes after 6. Went to take a
Hi,
little
girl.
nap at 10.
I don't blame you.
Hi, Gertie. These come apart real easy because they unscrew. Now then, that's what I was going to show you though. On these, you kind of
Hi,
got to be a
Christy.
little
Hi,
more,
Nashwa.
what shall I say, aggressive? You got to have a little more oomph. There we go. That was what do we got? What is that called? Something.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Okay. Hi, Nashwa. Christy's here. Hi, Christy. I usually get hold of this with my pliers, like so, and just twist it, and it'll come right out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The one thing about these pins is that this piece doesn't come off real easy. It's easier just to leave it on there and make that part of the pin. So I'll do one of those too. But I am going to save these pieces too because once again, they're cool to do stuff with. Will they fit in my little bag that you have out?
So future project.
Future project, yes. But that, if you just grab hold of that and just twist, don't squeeze too hard and just twist, it comes right out. Sewed together my first chunky journal, 4.5-inch spine. Oh dear, that's a big spine.
That's a chunky journal. I would love to see pictures.
Yep. Oh, we don't have to take the cap off that way. I just liked these because they were so cute. What we're making is little pins that are flat and have a little paper clip so you can clip them in. I'm not planning on decorating. Those are the decorated ones I did for the video. Look at Lisa. She just got hers all apart. That's what we're doing today, Gertie. We're making little flat pins for our journal pantry.
Well, I have nothing else prepared. I do have some paper clips.
Okay.
But I have no papers because I was meant to watch
Okay.
the
Well,
video again so I'd know what I was doing and get everything out. And instead, I decided I had to go to the grocery store before we get more snow. So,
I think that was a wise decision. This is I grabbed this morning because it was laying on my desk, and I thought, oh, that'd work very nicely. This is wallpaper.
ooh,
You
I have
need
some of
some.
that.
You need something that has a little bit of body to it. So I have
Yeah,
some cardstock pieces. That's a piece of wallpaper that was in my scrap bin. This is a really pretty envelope that Becky sent me
that is
that
pretty.
I'm thinking that there might be some pieces of it that could be turned into one.
Hi, Dana. Hi,
This
Nettie.
is
Are you
probably
doing
too.
better today, Nettie? I'm sorry, Tanya.
Oh,
I
that's
need to know
okay.
Nettie's doing better.
Yes.
Oh, Dana, I'm so sorry. Well, up here we're doing without power for 30 minutes at a time, trying to conserve power for the people who are having, a hard time. This way, nobody freezes to death, hopefully. I didn't, I guess they're out for a different reason, not lack of the power grids having power, but power line problems, I guess, down there. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've lost a lot of poles and stuff, I think.
yeah, because of all the ice. We don't have ice up here. It was too dry. We just got snow, which, man, it was slick. When I went to the store this morning,
Oh, I
I
was
mean,
afraid of that.
every time I touched the brakes, I mean,
Mm.
even if I was going slow, I touched the brakes and my analog brake system went. I have never
Mm.
had that happen to me when I was driving in snow before.
Ugh.
So once
Well,
I got out of the neighborhood and onto the highway, it was fine because they treat the highways.
right. Yeah.
But getting out of the neighborhood was scary.
Well, I'm glad it's better today, Nettie. Um, Jeff didn't go out today. He's been hanging out in the house because he we were supposed to have black ice last night, and he just didn't want to fuss with it. It's not like it's not like he doesn't know how to drive in that mess, but it's not. He didn't need to go out, so why should he? You
Absolutely, I
know.
agree.
So this piece is um, wallpaper with decoupaged paper on both sides. It's a little stiff. It's a little hard. So that's what I got this out kind of to show you. But then this piece is like painted cardstock. So it'll work good. Um, this piece again is a little stiff. It's there again. I got these out to try because I think I can do a little pin. I think this is long enough. Yes. I'll be able. This is a paint chip. So I think I can do one with this paint chip. This is a piece of embossed cardstock. I thought I would try to see what happens because I thought that might be fun to have the embossing on it. These are just this is lightweight cardstock. It's really going to need something over it, but on this one, I put book paper on it, so I could put book paper over this lighter weight cardstock, and it should give it enough body. Got out some black cardstock. So that's, in general, it's about having a little bit of weight, but not too heavy. This is just a piece of cardstock. You're going to want 1-inch pieces is the thing. So see, this piece is probably going to make me just the right amount to do a pen when I cut it in half.
About how wide do the papers need to be?
They need to be 1 inch. Well, this is 1 inch.
1 inch, okay.
It seems to work real well. You can still hold it at least, and yet the pin is securely in there.
Debbie, a journal pantry is a collection of little things that you've already put together and made that you can just decorate and put into your journal. We've made several things. We've made tag bases. We've put words on fabric. We put words on book page edges. We got words out of old books and put them, backed them onto something so they'd be easy to find. We made little paper collage, tiny little collage packs that you could just pull out this little package, and it has papers that will go good together to make a collage. We made notebooks that you could write in, that you could just stick into a journal. We made some little bitty journals that we could put into a bigger journal. What else have we done so far for our pantry?
Well,
Hey, Andrea, haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here.
and hi, Mona and Mina and Debbie and Dana, and somebody asked me how wide the pieces of paper need to be, and they should be about 1 inch wide, 1 inch wide. And as far as length, I don't measure. I'll show you what I do in just a minute.
Hi, Laura.
Thank you, Mina. But it is good to see you, Andrea. Hello, Andrea. What was I gonna say?
I'm sorry, I interrupted your train of thought.
No, my train of thought has just been on vacation 90%.
Hi, Sherry.
Oh, well, I kind of made these for my pantry. I mean, these are
Yeah.
little decorated thingies. We punched things. You know, we used our punches and punched stuff. And guys, if you didn't see the enameling last night, you need to go watch that after we're done here today, because Sherry clusters are on Thursday. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, we had so much fun with this last night. The enamel powders were, Lisa made her own mixes, and hi, Deanie.
We started out using the ones from that we got on sale at Hobby Lobby, but then I made a couple more out of powders I had that I didn't really want to use because they were not colors I would use. So,
well, and I even oh, I can't show them when I'm
anyway.
not on the screen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can.
No,
you're
fine.
Yeah.
I even made some papers with regular embossing powders to just have in my pantry, so that I could grab that and put it in a cluster. So, Teresa, next Tuesday's die cutting. Just so you know.
Just so you know, we read your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You and Sherry, see, we knew y'all were going to come up with something good, and so we chose your two things.
A mindset of gathering things in an organized and fun way to actually use up your stuff. There you go, Debbie. That's an excellent way. Hi, Melissa. Somebody else is here. Sherry's here, and I think I said hi to Sherry. Anyways, hello, everyone. We're really glad you're here.
Deanie's here. Hi, Deanie.
Deanie's here. Yes. Okay. I was going to just do this one just because it's pretty. And today I'm not going to really decorate. I'm just going to make the pens and get them in my little pantry so that they're ready.
Did you say a length? You said 1 inch wide, but
1 inch wide, and I said I don't measure because
okay. Well, is it like double or triple?
No, because here, let me just show you.
Yeah, do that.
Because it's way easier to show you
than Becky.
It is to try to explain. Okay. Now, see, I didn't even worry about that because I'm going to cut that off. Okay. So I take my little pen and I hold it right there. And can you see that the tip is sticking out?
Right. Now, so you're putting it about where the white ends?
About where the white ends. Now, on this pen that's got this big blobby thing on the end of it, I stick it where the blobby thing sticks out.
Okay.
Okay. So it depends on how big the pen is. Okay. So if this is how big the pen is, this is how I do it. I stick my pen on there. I kind of hold it. I find my scissors. I hope that those pens don't fall off the table.
Hi, Mike. You're right, Mike. He says, this is why no one can mimic Tanya's work. She don't measure nothing.
Yep, that's right. I don't measure nothing. It's based on how big the pin is. Okay, so there's my pin top right there. So I go
That's
up
probably
here.
a good idea, Mindy. She said, do you test the pins first to make sure they work?
I did in the video. That was the thing. Okay, that one does work. It would be a wise decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to hold it, and I'm going to take my scissors and about, roughly, yes, because I don't measure nothing, about 1.5 inches up, I'm going to chomp it off like that, right?
Okay.
And then I'll fold it over top. Okay. Now, we have this piece, and we have the paper clip, and we put the little piece of the paper clip on the wrong side of the paper. Okay, big piece of paper clip on the outside, little piece of the paper clip on the inside. Tanya, did you do that right? Yes, you did that right. Okay. Okay. Okay, so then I just actually take the pin out because it's easier. I lay this piece, this is the back side. I lay this piece over this about, a 1/2 inch down. I don't want it clear up here. It gets in the way. We want to have a nice looking top. And I turn it over and I cut this piece off. My pin pieces are measured. They're ready.
Okay.
Okay, then get up. Oh, we really, little clippies are really nice to have. Okay. They're nice to have. So now we're going to take our glue and we're going to put some glue down the middle, right where our pen is going to be. We're going to put some glue out here. We're going to lay this pin in. Remember, we're going to push it up until it gets right to the edge, and then we're going to fold this piece down. And this just is to help to hold it for the moment. We're going to come back to it in a second.
And you take your pin all the way up to that fold?
Pretty much right up to the fold. The biggest thing is that I don't want to get this piece too short. If that piece is too short, it's too hard to work with. Here's the big thing that's important. Put a bunch of glue inside that paper clip. Okay, then I put glue up and down this. And especially right in the middle where the pen is going to be. Undo those. And glue this together. And this is why the little paper clips the little clippies are so nice, because then you don't have to try to hold it while you wait. You can just put them on there and go on to the next pin. Because the paper's got to form around that ink pen a little bit and around the paper clip a little bit. So these little clippies are really nice. Okay, now we're just going to leave it sit. We're done. Except that Tanya lost her pin for her thing. Okay, so that's why I don't measure, because it's not really a big deal to measure as long as you get it together. You want to make sure you squash that and get it together. Okay, in a few seconds, this will be dry enough to do the next part. Make sure it's squashed. And then you go from the pin tip out. And from the pin tip out.
I think I used too big of a paper clip.
Oh, that is a big paper clip. It's going to be, a little hard to get in there.
Yeah.
And hi, Teresa. Hi, Mike. Hi, everybody. Now, I wouldn't suggest using this one right now, but it's ready to go in our pantry. We could decorate it, but the plan was not to decorate so much today, but to do stuff with it. One of the things I wanted to show today, real important to show, is, okay, if we're going to put these in our journal pantry, we're going to have pins that are sitting around for, possibly months before we get ready to put them into something as far as a book goes. Well, you know how ink pens sometimes come with that little dab of stuff on them? Sorry, I'm losing my headset.
Yeah, we were losing your sound too.
Yeah, my mic squishes to the back. Sorry about that. This is tacky glue, just simple old tacky glue. If you dab your pen tip in that tacky glue, get a nice little ball on there. Let it get dry. It works perfect to keep your pen from getting Teresa, I'm not all together here, just so you know. I worked till 2, got back up at 6, had a nap at 10. But I'm upright. Anyways, I'm going to just set this aside and let it get dry. And I'm going to just dip the next one. And that way they won't dry out. And that little tip of glue comes right off down the road. You can just pull it right off so that's ready to go into something. How many pens do you eat? Uh-oh.
Okay, I got to try and see if I can find me some smaller paper clips.
Yeah, those big ones are going to be really hard to work with.
The problem is not the part out here, it's the part inside being too big.
Yep.
And so, but I don't know if I have any smaller ones. I wish I had thought about that while I was going to
the store. Uh-oh.
The store.
Yeah, Teresa, this works so well that, to hunt up wax and melt wax, and it's just kind of rubbery. And it's, hi Maria, it's kind of rubbery, so it works real well to do that. I'm just going to throw that away for right now and do them later. Now I'm going to do this big pin because that way y'all can see how just easy that is. Let's see, is this piece long enough? Oh, guess what? That piece will be long enough if it is wide enough.
Well, this is a frustrating turn of events.
Oh, no. Do you have your little copper ones?
Most of my, no, I don't have any copper ones.
Okay.
I have,
that's too hard.
Most of my gold ones are big too. I have this little one, but I think I have some in the house.
Okay. Well,
so
we will be here when
I can find them.
Okay, but don't run because I don't want you to slip. Okay.
Okay, I will walk slowly.
Go carefully and safely.
I will go carefully and safely into the house.
Mike, I want you to take your weather back home. We don't like it down here. We don't want it down here. Take it home. I did not move down here to be frozen to death. Okay, that's 2 little 1-inch pieces. This is not very sturdy, so we'll be putting some book paper over the top of it. And like I said, on this one, I'm going to bring it just shy of that big fat tip that's on there. There's 2 pieces where it's fatter. And I'm going to cover up one and leave the other one out. Now, I looked at ordering just pen refills, and frankly, guys, the ink pens at Dollar Tree were cheaper than to order pen refills. Oh yeah, we are so Mike, yeah. But we're not supposed to have black ice down here. We're not supposed to. So you can just take that stuff home with you. Remember, you want to put your little piece to the inside because the more you have on the outside, the better it will clip. And once again, I'm just going to drop it about a half an inch. Come around here and cut this piece off. It up a little bit. You could use a flag on it. Ooh, that would be cute. No idea. No. Oh, okay. I'm going to try it. I didn't leave enough room to do it on this piece of paper, but I'll try it on one of the little ones, Teresa, just in just a second. None?
Oh.
You all right?
I was just feeling really warm after I saw it's negative 13 where Mike is. my 12 feels really good.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, Mike, because I don't go anywhere when it gets like this. I'm smart enough to stay home. You know, all the years we lived in Nebraska and South Dakota, I got caught 2 or 3 times in weather that I shouldn't have been out in. And all those times were times when they really hadn't said it was going to be that bad, or the road department was telling us that the roads were clear. So much for what they know. The big thing is, it's like they said, just don't drive fast. You have to just be careful and drive slow. And it was so
Don't
funny.
Be in a hurry.
Yeah. I think I still had my mom van, you know, my soccer mom van. And I got, I was halfway between home and Sioux Falls, and there were big 4-wheel drive trucks just sliding off the road every which direction. I got behind a semi and I just stayed there, you know. And he was driving about 20 miles an hour, and I figured if he was going to drive 20 miles an hour, I certainly wasn't going to try to pass him. And these big 4-wheel drive pickup trucks would go flying by and just flying off the road, and I'm going, nope, I think I'll stay right here. And we got all the way to Sioux Falls, turned a corner, basically in Sioux Falls. You turn from east-west to north-south, turned that corner and headed south to Omaha, and wasn't a speck of snow on the road, nothing. We spent a week in the negative 40s. Oh man, Mike, that is one thing I do not miss. Of course, we just didn't go anywhere, you know. Jeff would go to work, but if I didn't have to, I didn't. Of course, I work at home, so you know that makes it. This one's got a lot of clippies on it. Why has it got so many clips? I don't know, but you know, It's because Tanya feels like it. Okay, we'll put a little more on that one in just a minute. Just because that looks like fun. Did you find some, Lisa? Some little ones?
Yeah, I found some. I found some.
Melissa, you know, four-wheel drive doesn't work on ice. Not very
No, it
well.
doesn't. And
Nope.
all those big pickups you're talking about, that's bigger is not better when it comes to that. It's
Yeah. Well, and not only that,
unless they
they're
need to
rear
fill
wheel
their whole
drive.
trunk full of ice and snow in order to be able to move.
Yeah. And even with my show stuff in the back of my pickup truck's long in the first place. It's a 9-foot bed, so it's long. And even with it full of show stuff, it's not heavy enough back there. Now, the vegetable oil, when it's full of vegetable oil, it's plenty heavy enough back there. But the day that the driver, I had to get towed one day, and the tow truck driver comes and he goes, "What in the world do you have in the back of this truck?" Because he couldn't pick the truck up, and I'm like, "Well, 100 gallons of vegetable oil is a little bit heavy,
Just a tad.
just a tad heavy." The painful task of moving pictures from my phone. Hi, Carrie. Welcome, welcome. Mike, I'll tell you why I have a 9-foot bed, because that was the truck that I could find. It's a Ford 7.3 liter 2001, and I have a 100-gallon fuel tank in the back end of it, and we could carry enough extra vegetable oil from South Dakota to Tucson to get us around Tucson and then back home. Or we could come down here. I can make it almost from South Dakota to here on one tank of vegetable oil, and then fill up from what was in the bed. So we can put the return oil plus all my show stuff plus that 100-gallon tank all in the bed under the camper top. That's why. It was but it honestly, it wasn't so much that I looked for that big a bed. It was the fact that that's the truck I found when I was looking for a 7.3. Yeah, we burned vegetable oil for more than 8 years. I don't anymore because it's it's messy. It requires a lot of work, and we weren't going to be here, so that was it was it's one of those plans that have changed. So now
Where do you
this
get the
little
oil? Patricia wants to know.
from restaurants. It's used vegetable oil. We had 2 restaurants in Huron. Actually, sometimes I had 3. We had a Dairy Queen that was really good to us. She was very into the conservation aspect of the whole thing, and my son apparently impressed her quite a bit. She really thought that was kind of interesting and fun. So she was really good about it, and we got oil from her from day one. And we had a Taco John's, and then there was a local restaurant that was in the bowling alley that saved their vegetable oil for me, and it worked out real well. Yes, Andrea, the big thing is about the diesel tailgate. Yes, the tailgate. That's right. that's Dina. Yes, Deanie. That's Deanie. Hi. Um, the diesel engine was designed to burn peanut oil in the very first part of it. It's closed. I wouldn't doubt it. They were having trouble keeping help. Um, anyways, the big thing about vegetable oil is that you don't want to leave it in your engine. So the system I have starts on diesel fuel, runs until the engine gets sufficiently hot, and then it switches automatically because I was lazy. I didn't want to have to switch it myself. Switches over to the vegetable oil. Then when you turn the engine off, the system continues to run for another minute or so, which then flushes the vegetable oil out of the truck and puts the diesel back in. We drove the first big long trip that we took. We drove 4,700 and some miles, and we burned 17 gallons of diesel fuel. That was it.
Wow. That's
And
impressive.
that's partially because we kind of ran low on diesel fuel. We were on the expressway in the middle of the day, so we burned a few gallons there, and then the rest of it was um, the thing about putting it um, starting and stopping. Sorry, I'm a little foggy. Plus, I'm doing something. Teresa asked me if it would work, so we're testing something here.
What did she ask? I missed it.
Okay, yeah, you were in the house. So she asked if I left the little paper clip up a little bit, and if I put it closer to the top, could we put some little threads on it? My only concern with that is it pulling out. But it's got room where we can put some little threads on it like a flag. That was what she asked.
Ah. Well, you might.
Andrea, my
Well,
son thought this all up. You might what?
oh, I was just thinking if you had the threads long before you put any beads or anything, you
Mm-hmm.
might just put them on here after you've got the whole thing put together and just loop them up to there.
Right. Well, I just cut my paper a little closer to the top, and I put so that it's glued, and I left a little bit of a hole. So the back piece of paper is a little taller than the first one, you know. Oh. And the big thing I will be concerned with this is it pulling out. But we drove oh lot of probably close to 100,000 miles on that truck on vegetable oil. Um, okay, this one I want to put. This one is that paper was a little thin, so we're gonna put some book paper on it, just to make it cute, but also to strengthen it up a little bit. There's all kinds of things. It's called waste vegetable oil. Andrea, if you look it up online, there's a lot of information about it. When I was my soccer mom van had it was getting close to 100,000 miles on it, and those little 6-cylinder engines are not necessarily happy to play for too many thousand miles after that. And I was going places a lot by myself. And it was just time to replace it. That was the biggest thing. It was just time to replace the van. And so when I decided I was going to, I was looking and looking and looking for a new car, and I couldn't find anything that was that had carrying capacity and then and decent mileage. And Brandon and I were on an airplane, and he said, "Mom, you should buy a diesel truck and run it on vegetable oil." And I said, "Oh no, that's just, that just doesn't sound like a good plan at all."
Famous last words.
That just sounds like the biggest mistake I've ever made ahead of time. And he said, "Well, I think you would, I think it would work real well." And he said, "Why don't you read this and this and this?" And he gave me a bunch of websites to read up on. And about 2 weeks later, I told Jeff, I said, "I want to do this." And he said, well, what he said was not probably repeatable. And it was basically, there was no way he was going to mess with something like that. And I said, "Well, you should read what your son has given me as far as information goes." And about 2 weeks after that, he says, "Well, have you found your truck yet?" And I said, "No, because you told me that that was just not a good idea." And he said, "Well, I think that Brandon's right, that it might be a good idea." And I said, "Okay." I go look for a truck. And it took me a long time to find a truck because I specifically wanted that 7.3-liter engine.
Hi, Brittany.
And then, hi, Brittany. Debbie is here. Hi, Debbie. Gosh, I didn't look up for so long. I hope that I haven't missed too many of you, but I sure am glad you guys are here.
I cut mine too close.
You did?
Yeah, too close. They're not wanting to stick around the barrel of the pen.
One of the things you want to do is make sure it gets dry before you cut.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Says the woman who did not.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't specifically say that very well, so.
Well, I guess I need specifics.
You best clamp it. Use a little clamp and clamp it.
Well, I had them clamped, but they're just not clamping right there.
Right at the tip.
They need to clamp right there.
Okay, well, and this one needs a little bit more stuffs on it.
Anyway.
Right there.
I'm managing to get these to work. I'm not going to throw them away, but.
All right.
I also made the angle on that one a little too much.
Well, I always get whatever angle happens to happen. It's just the way it works out,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if they had been glued really tightly before I cut the angle, it wouldn't really matter.
Right. Yeah, probably not.
Anyway, I have two made, and one is in the middle of clamping stage.
Well, this is as far as I'm going to go with this one. I'm not going to go any further. And the only reason I really decorated it this far was because I knew it was not sturdy enough to actually be without. So, that's. And then, okay, I was thinking, you know what would be cute? These are too big, but wouldn't that be cute on there?
Yes, it would.
They're really too big, though. So, I'll find some little flowers or something to put on them. And my flag, this one is the one I'm going to put a flag on, Teresa. This one, this little one. I put it close. It's got a little dot right there that I can put some. I don't want to do it though until it gets good and dry. That's the problem. If I do it now, that what do I want to say? That paper clip will come right out. The other thing, Lisa, is I don't get real close to the pin. I leave a little space on each side. It's like an 16th or an 18th of an inch.
Yeah.
So we'll let that one get dry. Let's see, how many have I made? 3.
So
3.
kind of like
So
this, or is that still too? No, I
that's
think I
kind of
can.
that's what I did. Is I just kind of left it up there a little bit, just a little bit. You can
Okay.
see underneath the pin. If push came to shove to flag it, I could put a jump ring on there.
Yeah. No, I need to have my little clamps available for this next one.
Oh, okay. Cheryl, I'll just do a little review. These are just little ink pens from Dollar Tree. You can use big pens too. This is a long one. You can take this kind of pen apart. You need a pen that's got a skinny innard. And these just come apart real easy. You unscrew it and you take this pin out. So we have that. Now I need a piece of cardstock. I think we'll make a black one. And you need a 1-inch wide piece. And the reason I choose 1-inch wide, guys, is because you get it any wider than that and it's really hard to hold the pen. That's why it's 1-inch wide. You know, and 3/4 of an inch doesn't really give you enough to stick down on both sides of the pen. Okay. Pen.
I really need 2 more little clamps.
Okay, Andrea, bye-bye, hon. I'm so glad you stopped in, though.
Bye, Andrea. Thanks for coming to play.
Okay, I'm going to hold it down there. I'm going to chomp it off about 1.5 inches up, you know, roughly. Then I'm going to take this about 1/2 inch down. I'm going to have a bunch of little pieces that are going to have, I need a paper clip. Don't fall over, stupid glue.
Now. Be nice to your glue.
Okay, I promise. I'll be nice to it. All right. Yes, ma'am. Hi,
Josie.
Josie. I do that.
Tanya's been wanting you to be here for days.
Yep. I've been calling. It's Colleen. I've been calling Josie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might work better if you used hot glue. I will tell you, Teresa, I find hot glue very ineffective. It just seems to come apart so easy. I'm not a big fan of hot glue. Now, if I was really worried about it coming apart, I would, I'd E6000 it, but that's, me.
Ooh, black.
I was thinking
I like
that would be a good color for
Yeah,
whatever you do.
find some black somewhere.
Make sure you get glue on the pin. You don't want that pin rolling around in there. You want it sealed in there. I don't know. A week at 40 below is. We had one time it was like 30 days like that. It was horrible. The temp, now it wasn't 40 below. It was just that the temps never went above 0. It was terrible. It was a year after we moved to South Dakota, I think. I was very glad I worked at home. Okay, so there's that. I want to try the paint chip. Let's try this paint chip because I think it's wide enough to get one made out of it. I think it's big enough is what I'm thinking. Josie said she's been watching on her iPad, but the ad blockers cut out the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very hard to watch on something besides, the computer as far as I'm concerned. Watching on my phone is a real pain. Okay. Okay, so that is pieces of a paint chip. We got 2 little pieces of paint chip. We'll see if that's going to work. Oh, that wasn't cut real straight, was it? Now, another thing that Lisa and I talked about is that you could, in the corner of one of these, put an eyelet and attach a little bits to the eyelet rather than attaching it to your paper clip, which would then put stress on your paper clip. If it was attached to an eyelet that was in your pen, then you
could hang it from a bulb clip or something.
Right. You could hang it. You could that would be cute too. That would definitely be cute. Okay, so we're going to take this. Guess what? That is just the right length. How about that? It does split at the top when you fold it over, but that's okay. Doesn't look too bad. A little ink up there won't hurt it. Now, I think we want to put that on that way. Or do we want to put it on this way? Maybe we want to put it on that way. We cut it off. Then we can put it whichever way we want. That is the deal. There we go. Yep, that will be cute. Oh, using a dot of hot glue to hold the paper clip in place. It's hard to say, Teresa. Like I said, I have found that hot glue does not stay stuck to stuff. I I find it one of the least effective glues I've ever used. It's kind of like using kids' paste from school.
Well, I have had the same experience, and I thought it was just me. I
Nope.
thought evidently I don't buy the right kind of hot glue or something because I
No,
have a hard time getting it to stay put.
yeah, I just I find hot glue very, very, very useless. Honestly, that's just how I feel about it. Um,
Every once in a while, I can think of something that I use it for, but it's very rare.
well, okay, this is how bad it was. I had an itty bitty glue gun, right? And the only reason I wanted to use it was because I wanted to make stencils with it.
Yeah,
And when I wanted to make stencils with it, the itty bitty glue gun was so tiny that it
it's
wasn't
hard to make
working.
stencils with a little one because I
Yeah,
tried it myself.
so I went and got a bigger one when I could find one on special, kind of thing. And I haven't made stencils yet, but that's. Oh no, that was not the direction it was supposed to go. Okay, we'll have to clean that mess up in a minute. Okay,
But I
try
have
to
seen
keep.
people who use hot glue for pretty much everything,
Oh,
and
I
I'm
was gonna say for
amazed.
yeah, yeah. It amazes me, but it's just one of those things. And I figure that if it's gonna irritate me, there's no reason for me to do it. So.
Yeah.
And I have two-part epoxies and things like that um, don't hold as well as E6000, honestly. Um, they make jewelry resins, not jewelry epoxies, that are supposed to just hold everything and anything together, and E6000 does it better. And it's easier, and it's cheaper, and it's easier to find. Okay, that one really required a bunch of clamps.
Hmm.
Thank you, Teresa.
I think that one's way too low.
Let me see. Yeah, that's a little short.
But
Do you need it? Do you have
I'll
another
end up,
piece of?
yeah, I just have to, now I have one that's may not be long enough to use.
Oh,
But
I have several little pieces like that. They're just going to go in my trash can art bag.
there you go.
Um,
Thanks, Teresa. Tanya likes thumbs up.
I do, I do. Uh-oh, that one I cut really strange on the angle. Okay. Usually I can cut the angles pretty close to being the same. That one is just not having it. There
Yeah,
we go.
that's why my
Okay.
one got so angly because I kept trying to fix it.
Yep. Now I got to clean up the glue mess I made.
Kind of like when I cut my little sister's bangs back, way back when that she's still
Way
not
back when.
anymore.
Oh, she hasn't forgiven you for that? Oh, that was the
She
one thing
probably
my
has,
mom.
but she definitely brings it up every once in a while. You remember
I
when you cut
see.
my bangs? Like, do you remember where you told me you wanted them cut?
Uh
They weren't
huh.
that bad.
Uh huh. Yep. That was the one thing my mom said I have to do before we leave on our trip.
Cut her hair.
Yep. She needs a
Yeah.
haircut. She said, I have to have a haircut. I either have to go out and get one or you have to cut my hair. So I will get her a haircut. I got another paint chip, so I think we'll do that again because I think that's cute. Trying to
Well, I
stay
don't cut my mom's hair, but
warm.
I clean it up in between, at her neck in between haircuts.
Yeah. Well,
I
Mom,
feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel comfortable trying to do the whole thing.
the last time I cut it with the clippers, and she said she didn't like that as well. She said I'd rather I cut it with the scissors, so I'll cut it with the scissors. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's not that hard to cut, and she doesn't care. If it's not perfect, she's fine with it. It's kind of like when I cut my own hair, but I cut my own with the clippers. So right now, if I don't get a haircut soon, I'm gonna be driven crazy though, because it's sticking out all wonky.
Well, we can't have that.
No, no, that means that I have to glue it in place. So
Hi, Bonnie.
hi, Bonnie. Mindy says it's warm. She's trying to stay warm, but her M is frozen. And I can understand that frozen M thing. That's I have to tell if Deanie's still here, I have to tell Jeff that the tailgate's closed. Deanie, have you ever eaten at the Prime Time? That was Jeff's favorite restaurant in town. Um, Josie says that the the stove's been burning 24/7.
I bet.
Yeah. We have friends here that have been burning wood 24/7. I didn't realize they didn't have a furnace. I was like, what? Okay. They have electric heat, so they don't use it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, why did you build a house with electric heat? Not,
Well, I
at
tell
least
you, it's
not
bad
here.
enough having just having the even if it burns gas, the electricity to do everything else with it
Right.
makes it unusable. And when the power goes out, and
That's right. Uh-huh.
I don't understand.
Did the power go out a second time this morning, or
No,
are you you
not so
probably
far.
you'll probably lose it again later?
Yeah,
Well,
either later today or definitely again tomorrow. I'm sure. I
hmm
don't know. I don't know how often they're going to have to make everybody take turns losing power, but that's
yeah.
what they're doing for a while. So this is very flimsy.
The wallpaper.
Yeah, I think I'm going to
Um,
put it on something.
well, that I thought that too, but this one it glued up real nice.
Yeah, well, these did, but they were a little bit heavier feeling wallpaper than this one.
Wallpaper. Uh-huh. Well, that's you know, and these paint chips are really mm, stiff. So
I
I
bet.
they're
Hmm.
but gluing it on something would probably be a good idea. The one piece of one that cardstock that was flimsy, I added wood to it. I added wood to it. Yeah. Okay. I added book paper to it.
Oh, that
Is
was a
what
good
I
idea.
added.
Well, I had this strip of little bit of cardstock that's left over that'll be enough for one of the pieces,
Mhm. There you go.
and then I'll find something else to do this end. Here we go.
Oh, you know what? I have a piece of wallpaper in my basket of stuffs that would be really cool. Ooh, I just squeezed glue out all over everywhere. That wasn't good. That's what happens if you get too much glue. Now you can do this without the clips. It's just one of those things. The clips help to hold it, and
They really
you
do.
don't have to.
It makes it easier, I think.
Yeah, it just makes it easier. I mean, you don't have to sit there with it. And now that worked, but they're not perfectly even, apparently. So I'm just going to trim it with the scissors. And my wood chip one, my paint chip one. And then when you go to decorate them, they're all ready. You just have to decorate. Okay, that needs a little more. You know, Tanya, if you would be smart, you would just hold this like that, and then you would know where you were headed across to. Duh. Okay. Okay, I have in my basket this cool piece of, look at this.
Ooh, yeah.
Look, and that would be a really nice base for just about any book. I think our chat froze too. They're all frozen, and so now the chat's frozen. Okay. Either that or they all disappeared. Melissa says, "Ding, I'm here. Ding dong." She says, "Not frozen here." Well, I'm not the ding dong. I was just resting my doorbell, testing her doorbell skills. She's testing her doorbell skills. Okay, that sounds like a plan.
That works.
Okay. I'm going to cut a couple, 2, 3 pieces of this because I think I'll make a long one with this too, because it will be a good background for a lot of things. It would make a good nature journal one. It would make a good, I could add flowers over top and it'd be very Victorian-y. And did I just get that too fat? No, that's right. Victorian-y. Don't you like my English?
Yeah. Victorian-y.
Yep, Victorian-y.
Are you losing your headset again?
Could be. Yep, it's clear around to the back of me. Okay, let's try this the other way and see if it works better this way. There we go.
Thinking,
all right.
Okay, either my ears are going or your headset's going.
Yeah, it was clear around on the back of my neck. If I'm going to stream this way, I'm going to have to get something a little bit different for a headset, I think.
Yeah.
I thought the first time I did this though that it was using my phone's audio instead of the headset's audio, and it's apparently not. So I don't know what it's doing. But, I thought I had it one way and it's not that way. So it's, it's just what it is. Okay, let's take this one apart and turn it into a long one. Now, if you bought the cheap pins at Dollar Tree, they might not have that big blobby thing on the end of it. I don't know. I bought the Bic ones
Instead of
because
Bic. Yeah.
now, now what you want to look for though is the ones that have the skinny innards, because a lot of pins now have a really fat innard. Like you can't use these. Okay, how do you get this apart? There it goes. See how fat this thing is? That's not
Yeah.
going to work very well. It's never going to lay nice inside the paper. Now you could cover it. Used to be we covered the Bic pins. So, oh yes, knock knock would have been more intelligent. Oh, okay. Teresa says, hello, hello, hello. Oh, you guys are funny. Yeah. I think Hannah's funny too. Wondering, I was just wondering if she was thinking that it was a sign that I should do my own vacuuming.
Oh, well, no. She just thought maybe it was a sign you needed a new vacuum.
The vacuum fairy broke the vacuum this morning, guys.
But she didn't know that the vacuum fairy was Jeff when she said that. When she said yes,
Oh,
maybe you needed a new. When I asked her, did you think you need a new vacuum or a new vacuum fairy? And she goes, well, probably both. But she didn't
yeah,
know Jeff was your vacuum fairy, so she backpedaled a little bit.
a
She said, well,
little
tell
bit.
her you reapply after you get a new vacuum.
Do I get a new vacuum? Okay. Well, we were discussing how old the vacuum is, so it's possibly time for a new one, but I don't intend to buy a new one. If
Yeah,
he can't fix it, I will order a new part. That's the nice thing about buying um, a higher end vacuum.
yeah. Well,
So,
ours is at least 15 years old.
hmm
Because we bought it right after we moved into this house, and we moved into this house almost 16 years ago.
Melissa says, I'm skinny. I'm a skinny innard, not much on the outer. There you go. You got to have skinny innards for your flat pins. When they make riding vacuums, then I'll vacuum again. There you go, Melissa. My son was always going to build me a robotic vacuum that vacuumed for me. And now they have those lovely little things, but he didn't get in on the patent. So
Yeah.
it's like,
We need
okay.
really to be more encouraging of our entrepreneurial spirited children, because Ethan, or inventor spirited children,
Yeah.
Ethan thought of several things that I can't think of them at the moment, but that turned out, if if he had been able to go ahead and invent them, he would be the one who's rich now instead of someone else.
And that's the way with Brandon. He was going to invent a lawnmower that did the same thing for his dad. And they have um, lawnmowers that run like you program them. Well, look at Mike's giant tractor.
Yeah.
It's all programmed. So no, I told Lisa this morning that the vacuum fairy broke the vacuum, and well, and Hannah said maybe I it was a sign, and but Jeff and I were discussing it. We bought it in Nebraska. We were in South Dakota for 12 years. We've been down here, I think, 4 now. So, you know, it's close to 20 years old.
Yeah. Of course, my mom still has a Filter Queen vacuum that she got secondhand from a repair shop. Somebody didn't come pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a little girl, I do not ever remember her having another vacuum besides that one. And now she has a newer one in her house, but that older one she still got out in the apartment. She said, well, it's just too good to get rid of it.
To get rid of it. Mm-hmm. And that is one reason we have what we have, because I used to have to take apart vacuums back in the day.
Yeah.
And the new ones you can't get parts for and stuff. This one's already had a part replaced in the motor. I had to order a part before we left South Dakota.
Yeah. Well, we've had to
So
replace a hose and a HEPA filter and some other things on our vacuum, but that's all we've had to do to it. The one
the Jeff,
that we're
the
using.
hose broke is what happened to this one.
Yeah. Is it
It
a
broke
Dyson?
right. Yep, it's a Dyson. So
Yeah. Well,
um
you can buy those hoses, and ours
yep,
just kept right on chugging once we bought a new hose.
yeah. And that's the thing. Once I get a new I mean, actually, I think Jeff's going to be able to take it apart, put it, back up. It broke right where the fitting is.
Oh yeah, we just
You
ordered them
know,
on Amazon because they weren't that expensive. I was surprised,
um,
considering what the vacuums cost. That hose was not expensive at all.
yeah, yeah. Um, okay. Uh-oh, that had glue under it. We don't like glue. Um,
We
when
like,
I had,
we just don't like it in places we don't want it.
well, that's true. I do like glue. I just don't like it in places I don't want it. That's true. Now, this is very vinily stuff, so you really got to hold it together while the glue dries. If you don't, it's not going to dry well. I'm not sure it's going to dry well anyways. Yeah, it's going to be okay.
Some of them, you just about the time you think you're fixing to give up on it, gluing together, it suddenly sticks.
Yep, that's kind of how this is doing.
Well, I'm doing good so far.
Good.
I'm about to have 8 made.
Ooh. Now, how did you
I
pass
was
me
going
up
to do at
so
least
fast?
12 because I have a package, of 12.
I have
I have
one,
another package, but I'll be happy if I get 12.
5, 6. I've got 6.5. Must be talking too much. Yeah, needed lots of clippy things. Got it. Lots of clippy things. The clippy things are really helpful for a lot of. Now, here's another hint, though. You know, we're already using clippy things. I a lot of times use the paper clips. Paper clips are really nice for you could take these paper clips and slide them on there like so, and have a paper clip to hold it together too. The clippy things are just easier. That's all. Okay.
Well, I have found if I go ahead and press my paper around the pen
Yep.
before I put the glue on it, then when I put the
Oh,
glue on it, it sticks way easier.
yeah, way better. Yeah, this is really not sticking very well. I either didn't get enough glue in there or that.
I'm
Or that.
breaking my fingernails though. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
All that pushing, using them like they're some kind of tool.
Yep. Okay, maybe that will hold it. I'm not going to do another one until I get this one and make sure that it's going to work. It's cute, but I'm not going to.
And what is it you were? Oh, that wallpaper.
And it's definitely vinyl wallpaper. The back of it is vinyl. This other kind of wallpaper probably will work just fine.
Yeah, my little thin wallpapers are gluing real easy, but.
Hi, Tina. Welcome.
Hi, Tina. We're glad you're here.
By the way, Melissa, they do make riding vacuums. It's called a broom. I'm being a smart aleck, just so you know.
Just so you know.
Just so you know. As if
I
you did,
figured that out.
as if you couldn't figure that one out. Uh-huh, uh-huh. This has to be just a little skinnier than it is, so I'm trimming off the little border that's on it.
That's a good idea, Teresa. I need to do that and save my thumbnail. She uses her.
Bone
Oh,
folder down the side. Hadn't even thought of that.
yeah, very smart idea.
Yeah, and my thumbnail's toast, so I've had a plastic thumbnail over the top of it, but I apparently don't know how to glue thumbnails on, so nothing I have at the house is working to keep the plastic thumbnail over the top of it. And I don't really want to put E6000 on my thumbnail.
No, I don't blame you.
I didn't say anything about old, Teresa. Hello, Barbara.
I
And what
have
are you
used
up
super
to?
glue on my nails though.
Um, super glue?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the super glue would hold the plastic on the plastic
But it
nail
would,
on there.
because that
Um,
nail glue is basically super glue. And so
okay.
when I didn't have any nail glue, I just used super glue because I had a split. It was this way, but it was right like
There.
that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, this one is right here. It runs all the way down, and you can see a line. It's clear down in here, but it's right now it's split clear down to here. And so that plastic nail's been staying on for a day or two, but then not um Melissa might leave and never come back if I don't behave myself.
Well,
I'll be
she knows.
good. I know she knows I was teasing, but at the same time, that's not very nice of me. Um, but I didn't think, I picked up the little plastic nails, but I didn't think to look for whatever kind of glue you had. I kind of guess I figured the glue would be in the package,
Yeah.
and it wasn't. So,
Barbara says, "Wait a minute, I'm missing out." She didn't know who called her a witch. She didn't never use that word.
I never used that word. I did not use that word. Mm-mm. I didn't. I didn't. The little strips from the wallpaper, though, is really cute. I had cut them off to use as borders, but they're really cute to use as the pins. It made a really cute pen. So, all right, let's put the pin in there. I'll put this on there.
She doesn't remember princesses riding brooms. I don't know,
Oh, I don't remember that either.
but it would be a much better story.
Uh-huh. Okay, you got to put the pin in the middle. That's the only problem. There we go. Maybe it'll work. Maybe.
I got this one little clamp. I think I'm just going to have to get rid of it.
I
It's
need a tiny house that really is a craft room with a crock pot. There you go. A craft room with a crock pot. There, that.
sounds like a
Yep.
plan.
Mhm.
As long as
Yep.
you can fit a bathroom in there somewhere.
I was gonna say I gotta have a bathroom in mine. Yep. 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 Mhm. Oh, I guess I better put the paper clip on that other piece, or I'll be fussing. Yep. 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 Fussing. Fussing. Barbara, I really I want to stay up all night and and emboss stuff. I think we need a 24-hour live stream to emboss stuff or
Oh,
just to play. A
I was gonna
24-hour
say for
live
24
stream.
hours, I would want to do more than just emboss stuff. I
Yeah,
would have to take a
maybe
break
we
and
could
do something else.
maybe we could do something else, but a 24-hour live stream sounds like a lot of fun.
It does sound like a lot of fun.
Okay, well,
We would have, we could do that if we had several other people
that
that we
wanted.
could time tag in
Yep.
so we could take a break.
Mhm. Yep. We could do that.
Yeah, we might have to think about that.
All right.
Husband would
That
really
sounds.
think I'd lost it if I had said I'm doing a 24-hour.
Oh, mine will think nothing of it because he knows how weird I am. He just knows that.
Well, mine just knows how much trouble I have sleeping. He's thinking, you're not even going to try to go to sleep then, huh?
Yeah. Well, mine said, I'm going to vacuum this morning, and I said, well, can you wait a little while because I have to go take a nap. He said, well, why did you get up at 6 o'clock? I said, because I'd been awake for 45 minutes laying there.
Yeah.
And when that's happening, there's no reason to lay there any longer. I might as well get up. So I got up and I started working, and then I also considered not getting into my clothes, just wear my pajamas all day. But I got dressed. Okay, this is really interesting. The art glitter glue is not drying inside of there. Normally, this would have been stuck together like that. It's not. So, needless to say, I'm not going to make any more of that right now because I will not be happy with it. We're going to try putting paper clips on it because I want my clamps back.
I would need snacks too, Melissa.
Oh
Barbara
yeah, we
says,
need.
24 hours, we could spend that much time for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, all of the stuff we've made for our journal pantry, I want to make more. There isn't. I mean, there's only like one of my boxes that's actually full. Um, the embossing stuff last night. I mean, I didn't accomplish very much because I was playing. Okay, but now I'm thinking, okay, if I got out all the pieces that I wanted to put C on, and did them all, and then got a bunch of pieces out that I want to put the copper on, and did them all, it would accomplish more.
Right.
And rather than goofing off, because I was goofing off last night.
Well, we were having fun.
That's right, we were. So for 24 hours, I'm going to need snacks. Yes. I think we could do it. I think we need to plan it. I think that
Yeah,
we need
it
to
it
plan
would
it.
need some planning.
And we would have to have guests because without guests it would be difficult. And just so y'all know, I get stupid about 10 o'clock at night. And I'm
Oh,
serious.
that'd be the most fun time then, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. It would be very interesting. You should see me try to make beads after dinner these days. I go to make something and I pick up this rod and all of a sudden a different thing comes out. And I'm like, okay, what did I just do? It's like,
That's not what I was planning.
that's not what I was planning on doing. What did I just do? I'm not sure. Okay, this is already cut. We need to make another one out of it. Stupid at 10 p.m. You wait that long? Oh, she has got me back. Oh, she did good. She did good. Just think, we also have unfinished projects that we actually want to work on and want to finish. We could do that.
Yeah. We've been wanting also to make a journal out of our scrap
with
stuff.
Scrappy
our
stuff.
trash
Yeah.
stuff, and then
Mhm.
use stuff out of our journal pantry to decorate it.
That's right. So, mhm. So I think we could easily accomplish that. So,
Yeah, I think we could.
and I'll bet you that we could find some partners in crime here.
I bet we could. Barbara's already volunteered, I think. So
Why
at least
24
I'm
hours?
taking
I
it as
need to.
volunteering.
What did you say?
Oh, Ann says sign her up for our embossing marathon. There we go. There's another one.
Hi, Ann. Okay. All right. All right. So Ann's gonna sign up, and Barbara's signing up.
She needs bigger breaks.
Well,
Times
that's
for
all
naps.
right, Barbara.
We'll
Barbara
give you
can
big
have time
breaks.
for. Barbara
Yeah,
can
that's
have
fine.
time for naps. Lisa and I might need naps. You never know.
Never know. That's right.
I can't
No, I
miss
will.
what.
I don't know if I'll nap or not. If I nap, that usually makes me kind of drugged and stupid.
That me too,
I
and
don't
that's
get
why
it
I don't.
all out.
That's why I don't usually do it. I don't usually nap. This morning I was already drugged and stupid, so that's why I went and laid down.
Yeah, at that point, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I was already, kind of out of it. I was just like, and Jeff said, "Did you get back up at 6 o'clock? Why did you get back up at 6 o'clock?" I'm like, "Because the same reason I get up every morning. I have been there awake for 45 minutes. I can't sleep anymore, and my body starts to hurt if I've laid there too long."
Yeah, Darren does the same thing. He talks about that. Um, but I tend usually, not lately, but usually to be able to once I get to sleep, that's my hard part's getting to sleep. Once I get to sleep, I tend to be able to if I wake up in the night to roll over and go back to sleep. But getting there in the first place is what's hard for me.
Okay, Teresa said, um, an embossing marathon 2. Woohoo, woohoo! But she's got to do some die cutting first. Well, that's fine because Lisa and I are gonna die cut next Tuesday. Um,
Yeah, and we're not going to do a marathon probably before then.
no, 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 no. Josie, we're talking about trying to do a 24-hour marathon, a 24-hour live stream.
Yeah.
I think we could do it easy. Jeff might have to put the door back on my studio. That's the only thing, is for him to, not have TV for a whole day.
Yeah,
That
and
that
we
might.
could go back and forth, between channels.
Yes, that would be the best choice because
Between
because
that and having guests on.
and Teresa says that I snore. Yes, I do. Jeff tells me I snore all the time.
I'm guilty of that
And
too.
and it doesn't surprise me at all because my nose is clogged up and
Yeah.
I snore. Now, Jeff used to snore so bad that the whole world would stay awake, but my parents were even worse. One would snore, then the other one would snore. Um, but people with apnea tend to snore badly, and
Yes.
Jeffrey snorted like a pig. He didn't just snore; he sucked air like a pig. It was scary. And when he had his little episode with his blood pressure when we were in Nebraska, um, and they were going to keep him overnight in the hospital, I said, "Well, good, because I'm going to guarantee to you that he will set the oxygen monitors off." He set the oxygen monitors off like 6 times. They wouldn't release him out of the hospital till he promised he would have a sleep study done.
Yeah.
I had been after him for ages to do that. Hi, Holly. But the viewers have to watch for 24 hours. Oh God, no, you don't have to watch for 24 hours. You can leave and go to sleep, and we will just have different viewers watching. That's the thing. Okay. These are looks like little butterflies with pins in the middle. If we don't, we will miss the live chat. That's true.
That's
Melissa says
true.
she snores like crazy.
We're not going to commit anybody else to anything. We're just going
No,
to ask
no,
volunteers to come help us, and we're
that's
going to have
right.
fun. So for
Okay,
24 hours.
we're just going to have to look for a day. We'll just look for a day. I have to think about all the stuff I got to get done before we get ready to leave. But
Yeah.
the biggest, I'm taking tomorrow off from everything except taxes. Tomorrow is going to be tax day. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Oh, yeah, Teresa. Well, Jeffrey sleeps so sound now that he doesn't really notice so much. Unless he's not having a good sleep night, he doesn't notice my snoring so bad. Okay, I want just some coffee dye cardstock for a few. So let's cut this mess
I
off
tell you,
of
I
here.
can't even cut across this 1-inch thing straight.
Oh, I have cut several of them. The one nice thing about it is you hide it, so it doesn't really matter.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Bone folder. Thank you, Teresa. There I was using my thumb again.
Yeah, we'll probably do a marathon, Teresa. I think it sounds like fun. We'll have to just figure out when it'll work.
Yeah, because finding a day when I can do nothing else for 24 hours, that's going to be.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have to find that too, and
And then they have to match up.
yes, and then I have to make sure hubby doesn't have a reason that he can't be quiet.
Yeah.
And he's very quiet, guys. You know, he's in there watching the news already. He just doesn't have the sound on. Because it's so cold out. He didn't go outside today. He's inside. So he just watches the what you call it that
I don't know.
when it has the words on the TV.
Oh, closed caption?
Yes, thank you. Okay, I think I'm going to use the kind of decorated side of this coffee dyed paper. It doesn't really have anything. It doesn't have anything. It was a scrap piece that I was just testing the stamp out on and stuff.
Yeah.
Right there, it says MAS because it was a Christmas stamp. But other than that, and I'll be decorating over the top of it. I think it's already pretty, so I think that's what I'm going to use. So,
Oh, Teresa. Yeah, I figured it out. I looked back up and saw your first comment again after I was using my thumb again. And so I did get out my bone folder, but then I looked up and she was saying it again. Lisa.
say it again, Lisa. Okay, Lisa. Pay attention, Lisa.
How many times do I have to tell you to use your bone folder?
Oh dear.
Okay, so I got 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those. I'm gonna have 3 of these.
Is that a plain white one or?
It's blue. It's a butterfly PT paper.
Oh, okay.
So I need to make
Going for
another
food. Back in a few. Sounds like a plan. 1, 2,
one of these.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I haven't got very far. I've only got 7 done. This
Um,
one is not happy, so we'll leave it. See if it ever gets happy.
if it ever gets happy.
Yeah, I don't know if it. Oh, there's another one. There's 8. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I've done 12. But I need to do 3 more so I can have 3 of each kind
Oh, okay.
because we have to be symmetrical.
You're going to get a paper cut on that phone, and then you're going to be wishing you used the bone. Her phone is typing
Her
for
phone
her.
is giving us new word. It wants us to talk about phones.
Yes, it's excited about its phone status or some such thing as that.
You
Yep,
need to
yep.
go get some more of that.
Can I have some potato chips?
Yes. Why are you bringing that out here if you're
I
not?
was doing the ice melt while I walked out here,
Oh, okay.
and I'm trying to keep my head some,
Yeah, you need to keep your head warm. You don't need to be out there with all that wet hair.
which is why I'm wearing a hair towel.
Okay.
I was wearing it inside the house too. So.
Okay. Hannah just finally took her shower because we don't know. We're afraid to get in the shower and have the power go off
Oh yeah. Yep,
because
yep.
the bathroom where there's a shower has no windows. So
Oh yeah, that would not be good.
I guess we could get in with a flashlight going just in case.
Just in case,
Flashlight sitting on the sink, and
yeah. Oh, that might work.
she probably decided to go ahead. I was warming up the bathroom this morning when the to take mine when the electricity went off, and I was like, "Well, okay, that's it."
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that somebody besides me warms up the bathroom.
Oh yeah, yeah, I have to warm up the bathroom. Yep, yep, yep.
Yep. And not only that, I have a space heater sitting underneath my desk in here. But has I have so many windows. This room is chilly. It can be kind of chilly. It's also a little warmer in the summertime. So um,
Yeah.
usually I'm fine, but in the evenings, especially sitting at my desk, and especially when I'm sitting still because I'm on the computer, that is just not a fun place. It's just too cold. They did an embossing live last night, Tina. Oh yes, on Lisa's channel last night. If one of my mods could grab that live stream so that anybody could see it, we had gotten. I got at Hobby Lobby some embossing mixed media embossing powders. They were a little different than anything I'd ever used before, and I was able to get Lisa some and send them to her, and they're just really cool. They're a mixture of color and texture, and they were just really interesting, and we really had fun with them last night, and it made us get out our other embossing powders and play with that.
The things we never ever use.
Yes, the things we don't use, and we got it out.
And we made our own mixed media.
Lisa did. I didn't, but Lisa made her own mixed media stuff. It was very,
Oh,
very cool.
guess what?
What?
When I was thinking when we were doing all that there were some little pots of colors that just had barely a little bit in them,
Mm-hmm.
that I had gotten in that same bunch of junk at the thrift store. And I was like, where, I guess maybe I got rid of those, because I knew
Mm-hmm.
they weren't in my box. Well, when I was putting them up this morning, I noticed I have a whole nother box with all those little things in there that just have little bits.
Oh.
And so
So you have another box.
I have another box.
Hmm.
I have a bunch of little bits of embossing stuff that needs to be used. So I probably could emboss for 24 hours.
Well, we could definitely have some fun with that. I think that's I mean, even if we don't emboss for 24 hours, even if we play with other stuff, I think that would be a fun, it would be a fun 24 hours. We
I
might be
think,
tired we might be tired afterwards, but I think it'd be fun.
well, we need to start at
Thank
like,
you, Holly.
in the evening so that we can end in the evening so we can go to bed afterwards.
Yes, I think that's a good plan. So,
But I definitely don't want to. I'm just going to tell you right out. I don't want to emboss for 24 hours, even
no,
if I
I
have
think we
stuff to do.
no,
It will be fun
we
to
would
do something for 24 hours or have a
yeah,
bunch of things.
a bunch of things. Yes, I think that's more like the plan because, I don't think I could stand to sit and emboss stuff for 24 hours. I would be bored. But like I said, I would really like to make some more of those envelope library pockets. Um, there's a lot of the things we've done that I would like to do more of because I didn't get near enough done to make me
Yeah.
happy.
Well, I didn't get it. It seemed like I thought we could get a bunch more done of several of those things that we didn't get very much done of.
Yeah, me too.
I was
They just
surprised on a few of them that we didn't get much done.
yeah. Well, and this box with these pins in it is not going to have near hardly anything in it because
Yeah. We could call it um oh, what is that you do? Prepping our pantry, fiber
oh
filling or something like that, and do it at after we've done most of what we've been got planned to do already.
hmm
But
well, and like
before
Teresa
you
said,
leave, if we can.
Lisa said we oh good, more sober voices are speaking. LOL, Lisa. Last Tanya and friends marathon. Lisa. Lisa, Tanya, and Friends Marathon. There you go. Lisa, Tanya, and Friends Marathon. There we go.
No, we need to make you a mod, Melissa, and then you could do it.
Yes, and I can't do it from here. Can I?
You would have to
Hmm.
go out and go into YouTube to do it.
Okay, I will do that in just a minute because I think that would be a good idea. I will do that in just a minute. StreamYard is still it's fabulous. It's amazing technology, but it still has a few things that it doesn't do properly.
Well, and some of them like this, you're moderating in YouTube, so it makes sense that you
Right,
can't do it in StreamYard, that you have to do it in YouTube. But
right. You have to do it in YouTube. But do you know that my YouTube app absolutely does not recognize StreamYard um, until it starts to process the video. So on your phone, you cannot get to this current stream at all. So
huh?
I'll be back. I'll be back in just a minute. I'm gonna make Lisa big while I'm gone.
Oh,
Look at
goody good.
she's got hers all neat. Mine are in a big old messy pile.
I'm trying to be neat. I used to be really bad about having to have everything symmetrical and lined up and all of that. When we would be decorating for parties,
Hmm.
at church. Some people loved having me on the committee and other people did not because I would like, no, move that 2 inches to the left. No, 2 inches to the left. No, that streamer is not centered.
Oh no. Uh-huh. You sound like Jeff. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep, yep. Okay, where's the sound? Because I don't want the sound to be coming on. There we go. Why is the sound on?
That's right. Get your streamer centered. Can't go to the party if the streamers are off center.
Okay, Melissa, tell me, did that give you a wrench? You should have a little blue wrench beside yourself.
You'll have to talk again, though, Melissa, before you can see it.
Yep.
Oh, no, Lisa volunteered again.
Yep.
Well, I went to a little church, and almost everybody had to volunteer if things were going to get done. But
Melissa said, I talk all the time, Lisa. Hello, Valerie. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Valerie. Good to see you. We're glad you're here. We're making little pins to go in journals.
Yep, little flat pins. Teresa, that would make my relatively obscure YouTube channel accessible on Facebook. Melissa said she sees a wrench. Yay, I did it.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, I don't like the idea of Facebook buying YouTube. If that happens, Facebook has way too much ego as it is. They think they control the world and should have the power over everything. And I'm getting more fed up with them by the moment. But anyway, another subject for another day.
Agreed.
I've even thought about, I haven't looked into it yet, about what it would take to do it and how accessible that would be for all of my people who are, in my group on Facebook, about just starting a website where everybody could come in and chat and getting off of Facebook. I'm just tired of the hypocrisy of them thinking they can protect everybody from what they consider to not be their truth. Okay, I'm through talking. Well, I'm probably going to get your video unmonetized, Tanya. Sorry.
Oh, dear. Lisa and Tanya went live on embossing. Yes. Yep, the link looks fine, dear. And Google owns YouTube. Yep. I think, Anne, that the comment was Facebook is buying YouTube. It worked. Yay, things worked. Okay.
And I haven't heard that Facebook is buying YouTube until whoever made that comment just now. But, of course, Google has just as much ridiculous power as Facebook does. So.
Well, and I hate to say this, but we feed them all by being on the internet.
Yes, we do.
So, I'm liking these. These are cute, and they will decorate up real nice. They will be.
I think it's going to be fun. You need to put me back small.
Oh, I guess so, because you can't see what I'm showing you, can you?
No. Neither can anybody else.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's fine. These. I like these. These are real cute. I had just used plain coffee dyed paper for these, which I like too, but these will be just as cute with stuff over the top of them. Inked. I got it on a newsbreak thing. Okay. What am I doing here? I keep forgetting what it is I'm doing. I'm just it's like, oops, what have I done? Do you know that it's again almost 4 o'clock?
I know. Goes by fast.
Yep. Poor Jeff's getting leftovers again tonight, which is a good thing because I'd probably burn the house down trying to cook something tonight. That's the way it goes. People always thought we were crazy because I had a torch in the RV, and I'm like, the silly thing has a gas stove. Which do you think will burn it down first?
Yeah. Yep, yep. And I love my gas stove. I don't want to do without it. But we don't
Um,
think about that. That's normal, you know.
mhm. Um, the oven has been stove or ovens. Every time I've had well, I shouldn't say every time because when we lived in Crestview, we had a fire in the furnace. But other than that, the only time that I've ever had any kind of fire is been because of something, like boiling over or leaking all over the oven or
Right. Well, we've been lucky not to have a fire, but I did have an incident that has scared Hannah to death, and so now she's she's super vigilant to watch over my tea kettle. Um,
uh-oh, you
I
let it
had
get
put too
dry.
much water in it,
Uh-huh.
and when it started boiling, it boiled out and put out the fire underneath. So the gas was just going, and I had come out to turned it on and come out to the studio and wasn't thinking about the fact that it would be, ready soon. And she just happened to go in the kitchen and find it like that, and she could smell the gas.
Mhm.
That scared
Yep.
her to death, and it, scared me to think of what could have happened. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that. Um, Holly, we got them. They were Valentine's um Day favors, I guess. They're tiny little pins, but I'll bet you'll find them that they'll be showing up in other things. Um, they're just little short pins, like in the party section,
yeah, I
and
bet you can find
we
them at Walmart in the party section.
Walmart in the party section.
I bet you can.
They're little short ink pens, and we got these at Dollar Tree. And yes, we are not decorating them. We are really just
Building them.
just building them so that we can decorate them later. This is one from my video that I made. There's another one.
See, mine are very plain at the moment. They're
Yeah.
blue, and they're black.
And the only reason this one has any color is because it was already pre-printed piece of cardstock.
Yeah,
I
this is
have used
wallpaper, so it's got a little bit of something.
Yeah, I've used wallpaper. I've used some printed cardstock. I used this one is some thinner plain cardstock, and I just glued some book page over the top of it to make it more sturdy. These were paint chips. Um, and this one's just black cardstock. I did do a long one up um, just to show you that you can use the long pins too. It's just these little ones were so cute that we really kind of decided that we would use these little ones.
They're very cute.
Yeah,
Because they would go in
they're
any size journal.
yes,
The bigger
they're
ones would need a
precious.
bigger journal.
The precious. That's the thing is they're that preciousness. And this is a piece of wallpaper that so far has not decided to take the glue. It's still not sticking together. So now,
Oh, I need to do the tacky glue thing on these. I haven't done
On
that.
these. Yeah. And I was gonna peel this one off just so you can see. See, the tip is just barely got a covering on it now, and you can just peel it right. Oops, I dropped it. There it is. It just had that little plastic-y piece on the end of it from the tacky glue. So. Oh
Okay.
yeah, North Dallas is really bad, Barbara. We have a friend that hasn't had power for 2 days. He was going, I think, to his daughter's or his son and daughter-in-law's. They have a generator and some space heaters, so he was going to try to get over there. But his daughter sent her grandson out after food. He came home with hot dogs and frozen hamburgers. They have no power to cook anything with, but he brought home hot dogs and frozen hamburgers. Like,
Oh dear.
huh? Yeah.
Well, hot dogs you can eat cold,
Yep, you can't eat them cold.
but
Jeff posted on his Facebook that we keep MREs um, in case of situations like this. But now the MREs we had, he just recently dumped all of because they were probably close to 20 years old. And I said that I wasn't eating one of them. That was for sure. So he took the crackers out, fed the crackers to the squirrels, and did a few other little odds and ends of things like that. So. But when we froze in South Dakota, I had 2 wood burning stoves. And it wasn't food that was hard, it was water, because the pump doesn't work when you have no electricity. So we had no water. And so flushing the toilet was a serious issue. And melting enough snow to flush a toilet is not fun.
I bet.
And she's cooking for 22 due to blackouts. She's by the fire department so they don't lose power. Well, that's good. 6 people and 3 dogs and a lizard all over at my niece's house, and one child's birthday's in 2 days. Oh my. But of course, we've got the camper too. You know, if we were seriously without power, we've had the camper in the past to at least keep the refrigerator going if we had to. Now, this time, the really nice thing about the camper is that it's kind of self-contained and self-sufficient. It with the solar power we put on last year, it'll keep the fridge and freezers going just fine. It doesn't need any generator or anything. So Jeff just had to have the generator for the fridge in the house. That's all we really needed. And to charge our phones, you know, so that we could stay in contact and stuff like that.
I'm putting my stuff on all these. I'm stacking them up here on the tips.
I was going to say they're all ready. She's going to town there.
Yeah, I'm using the clear gel tacky glue and hoping it'll work okay because that's what I have open.
I would think that it would work just fine.
I think so.
The art glitter glue might work too. I don't think it dries as what do I want to say, as plasticky as tacky glue. That's
Well, this one says it's a clear gel, so
yeah, I think it should work just fine.
Be easy to get off, you would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think any glue you put on metal is going to come off pretty much.
That's true. Uh-oh.
Okay. Word to the wise about the heat embossing. Ruined her Fiskars cutting mat that she leaves on her desk underneath her resistant mat. Yeah, I had my heat resistant mat, and then I added another silicone baking mat last night because I was afraid I might overheat it.
Okay.
You're all done. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or you're
I'm
done
putting
in?
glue on the tip to seal them off so they won't dry out before I use them.
Yeah. You know how some really nice, some pins have that little bit of plasticky stuff? I use tacky glue and put it on the tip, Barbara. And that's what she was doing. And that way we can put them in our box and they won't dry out. Hi, Barbara. The other Barbara. I didn't
Hi,
realize
other
she was.
Barbara.
I didn't realize she was here. I missed.
Neither,
I
but we're
must
glad.
have missed her coming in.
I was afraid this was going to run down if I just stood them up like that, but it's not. It's staying put. So
No, it stays pretty good. So how many did you get done? Did you do the whole package?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Ooh.
I did 15. I did 5 kinds and 3 of each kind.
Of each kind.
Yeah. So instead of stopping with 12, I stopped when I had 3 of each kind.
Well, I
hurt
won't
my
have
hand, and so I'm kind of, it's getting tired.
What did you do?
I was an
What?
idiot.
What did you do?
I was slicing sweet potato on a mandolin slicer with, and I hate wearing that glove, that, that protective glove,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kevlar, whatever it is. I hate wearing that thing, and I have never done this before. The funny thing is that Hannah said, "Mom, I think you should wear that glove," and I'm like, "No, I've done this enough. I don't need to wear the glove." And of course, that's the time when I try to slice my hand.
Mm-hmm. And Hannah said, Mom.
No, she doesn't know yet. She wasn't in there when I did it, and I haven't showed it to her. So
I see. Okay. Uh-huh.
no,
All
I'm
right.
not quite as much of a confessor as she is. She would have showed it to me already. Said, "Mom, look what I did. I was wrong. You were right."
Yep. Uh-huh. Well, I'm going to have 4 of these because I
Holly,
have
we
one
haven't
more.
made a decision, I don't think, but we're going to plan something with them. And
Yes.
Tanya may have a specific idea. I don't know. Well, we have talked about one thing that we might do with them.
But we just don't want you to throw it away because that's got some cute little
has possibilities.
So let's see here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 12 and one that doesn't want to stay glued together. Maybe it will be glued together now. No, the glue inside is still wet. That's the deal. It's just not drying. So if it dries, it will be fine. It's starting to dry. So it's just one of those things where this vinyl stuff it's cute, it's going to be cute, but it doesn't like the glue.
Yeah.
So that also makes me question, well, yeah. Paperclip looks like it should stay in there. We'll see. We'll just have to see on that one. So.
Oh, I wanted to make some out of matte paper.
Yeah, me too.
That'll have to be on our 24-hour stream when we're adding more to our pantry.
Yeah, map paper would be, and I need to get out a better map because, well, either that or I need to back it with something because The
Yeah.
one that's in here is not sturdy enough.
Well, I've got a old atlas that's got really thick map pages, so that's probably what I'll use when
Oh,
we
yes,
do
a
that.
book atlas rather than a map atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got one of those too. So, um, we'll talk about the 24-hour thing, guys. We'll just, but we really have to kind of look at when when that will work. But Lisa's right. We should start in the evening and go around until the next evening, because that way when we're done we can just crash. But it's got to be when the next day doesn't count either.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So, anyways, I think we're going to go for today.
I'm
Lisa's
thinking
hand. What?
maybe a Friday night. I mean, well, maybe Thursday night and Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, that might work. Yep, Thursday night round to Friday evening.
Yeah.
What time does Mary start on Friday?
I think at 7:30 Central Time, or unless
Yeah,
she's
see.
changed it. I think it's at
So
7:30 Central
if
Time.
we went from 7:30 to 7:30, from Thursday night 7:30 to Friday night 7:30.
Oh, Melissa says she needs us to keep going. We can't stop yet. She needs more crafting right now. Um, yeah, I think it's seven. I think that'd work perfect. 7:30
Yeah.
on Thursday night until 7:30 on Friday night.
Uh-huh.
And everybody
Eh,
who isn't going to bed can go straight over and watch Mary.
that's right. But now that will mean I'm going to bed. Now that's really going to have to look at days then, because um
You have to be sure you're not doing a show.
yeah, I can't be doing a show. So we'll have to look to see. I'll have to look at my calendar.
Yeah, well, you do that
Um,
because I think most of them will work for me. I just have to plan to do my shopping all on Wednesday and not
all
any
on
on
Wednesday.
Friday.
Yeah, because we'll need naps on Thursday mornings. So we'll have to have a nap Thursday afternoon. That's for sure. So okay, guys.
So we probably wouldn't want to stream our normal
Uh,
stream on that Thursday.
well, or
Just start out at,
we could stream from 2 around until 4 on Friday.
yeah, we could do that.
I mean, it's a little more than 24 hours, but we could probably make that work.
Yeah. Well, you figure
But
out one that'll work for you, and
okay,
we'll talk about it.
guys, we're gonna go though, because I'm gonna tell you what, I'm I'm tired. Oh, it's been a long day, and I have to stay up till midnight tonight. That's the other part of this problem with this particular thing. That's why I quit doing this particular group's shows, because 24 hours midnight to midnight is not my good. Oh, how is the pin flag? Okay. Oh, I better answer Teresa's question first. I think it will work. Let's find something cute to put in there. Just a minute.
So I'm trying. I think this is the one I did that I was going to do that way.
Well, that's not the cutest, but it kind of matches. That'll work. Um,
I might use a little piece of lace. Since this is a coffee dyed something. Oh.
Here's going to be my problem, is I don't know that I have anything right here to get that through there. Oh, okay. All right, come on now. come through there. There we go. You see, you did just fine. Now, come on. Go that way. There we go.
I think I'm going to have to bend mine just a little bit.
I'm sorry, guys. That's an Amber Alert coming in. So, there. That's kind of cute. Now, it could have another, it might need a second one, but that's cute. Let's see what can we put it on. We got to have a little something to tuck it onto. Here's a little card.
When you do that, if you do it really close, you don't even have to tie it or anything.
No, you don't.
It just stays put.
That's cute. That's cute like that.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Teresa. It worked real well. Just leave it up a little. Just put it up a little higher than I had been putting mine. Cute, cute. Not an official goodbye. We are back to crafting. Only for a moment, you know. Okay,
we just
you all take care of yourselves.
A thing.
And a cautionary word about any 24-hour period. Think options. Did they say goodbye, or was that a big fig newt? No, in my imagination. Okay. You're welcome, Teresa. I think it will work just fine. The big thing is how well this seals, how well the paper clip seals in it, and if the paper is good and soft, where the glue seals real good around the pin, then I think it will work. If it is hard, like this paint chip, I don't know that it will work as well. So that's what I would say, is that use cardstock that actually is going to form and glue your pin in good. The wallpaper might not work as well, some of them. So anyways, guys, we're going to go now. Bye.
Love you all.
Love you
Bye-bye.
all. Oh, that's not what I want to do.